Here she is. Picked it up last night. It's a 1994 Nitro. It's 17 foot. It's pretty scratched up. It needs new seats. Surprisingly, the carpet is not bad. I would definitely replace it with something else, but and then it's got trolling motor. It's got a lot of storage everywhere. Under the seats there is storage. Live wells. It's a 90 horse, 2-stroke. No idea if it runs. It's got 4 batteries in it. There's one more in the front, and unfortunately they're all too old. They're like 9 years old, so all of those will have to be replaced. I found all this stuff in here. It's got some old fish finders in it, but we're gonna be putting a new system on it. I'm thinking Garmin systems in the front and in the back with live scope. So the first step is gonna be to pressure wash it, because this boat is just filthy. Hasn't been used, looks like, in many years. There's oil everywhere. It's just all nasty. Spider webs. Trailer is not bad. It's gonna need some new lights, but those do work. The tires are probably old and gonna put new wheels on it. But first thing, I'm gonna pressure wash it, and then we're gonna put a new battery on it, and we're gonna see if that motor will fire up. Hopefully it's not gonna need a lot of work. First, I'm actually gonna install a new battery, and I'm just trying to see if the boat even gets any power to it. And this way, we know if we should mess with the engine first or with the power. Okay, now let's see. Oh, we got power. Let's see the trim. Of course. Oh, there we go. It works. It was just stuck there for a little bit because it wasn't been used for so long. I'm just gonna spray some starting fluid and see if it will fire up. Well, that's not good. It doesn't start. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna check spark. If it has spark, I'm gonna check compression and go from there. I just checked again and we definitely don't have spark. So the engine doesn't have any spark in all three cylinders. I did some testing yesterday and I'm pretty sure it's the CDI box, plus this one is kind of cracked open, so possibly water got in there, or and I think it's shorted out. So I ordered a new one. While we're waiting for the new CDI box, it's gonna be here in a couple days. I'm gonna take off all three carburetors and I'm gonna clean them out, just so we have the boat ready, so I don't have to waste time later while I can do it now. And once we have the motor running, after that I will start restoring the boat. I'm gonna sand it, I'm gonna buff it to bring back the flake, the shine, so it looks like this. You can see a big difference. This was under the windshield and this was out in the sun. So I'm taking off the carbs and cleaning them, and I'm glad I'm doing that because they are full of water and oil. All of this oil and some water, but that's probably from me washing it. But there's so much oil in them. They're just filled with two-cycle oil. So I'm pumping out all the old gas from the gas tank. I pumped some gas into a clear cup and I could see that has a lot of water in it. Um, the new CDI is installed. Let's check if we have spark now. Well, unfortunately there is no spark. We're gonna have to keep looking. This is the part I'm trying to replace right here. It sits inside of the stator, and this is what it looks like. So it's been a month and a half since I bought the boat. This whole time I was trying to figure out the whole no spark issue. I've replaced many parts, replaced the stator, replaced the switch box 2 times, replaced the spark plugs, replaced all the coils. I replaced the trigger, I replaced the voltage regulator, and I would still not get any spark. I mean, I did get some spark, but that was not enough to make the engine run, and it was not on all the spark plugs. So I couldn't figure out this issue, and I had a mechanic helping me out, and even he couldn't figure it out. So what I did is I bought another parts motor. It's exactly the same like that one, but this one has a low compression, so I bought it for cheap, 300 bucks. I took off all the electronics, like all the components off of it. You see there is nothing, and I swapped them out, all into this engine right here. So I took off all of this right here, the stator, which is right there, the trigger, everything, this thing, and swapped everything out, and we now have a really strong spark on all 3 spark plugs. So I'm gonna put this together, finish putting this together, and I'm gonna take the boat outside and let's see if it's gonna run. Yeah, it's been a crazy 1.5 months. I learned a lot while working on it, a lot more than I already knew. But yeah, I'm not gonna show the boat right now. At this point is completely done. Besides, the motor did not run up until now, but the boat, I'm not gonna show it right now. That's gonna be in part 2. But I did film everything I did to it and how I restored it. So yeah, let's see first if this is gonna run, and if this is gonna run, this is gonna be part 1, and then part 2 will be everything else about the boat, and then we'll go out into the water and try it out.